Okay, Bob, we are on. Take it away.
Today, we're going to discuss a way to qualify prospects because you don't want to, and you don't want to waste your time selling to everybody. You want to sell to the prospects or the people who are most likely to buy what you are selling. So, salespeople, professional salespeople, know that they have to qualify a prospect before they spend much time with them. And copywriters have to do the same thing. We have to qualify in our copy whether the person is a good prospect or not. And the formula that we use to do this is what we call the MAD FU formula.
Uh-oh. Sounds
And
scary.
FU is not what it sounds like. So it's the MAD FU formula, which is quick and easy formula for qualifying your prospects. Now, in the MAD FU formula, the M is money. Do the people you're reaching, whether email, on a website, a banner ad, an ad in the local newspaper, do they have the money to buy what you are selling? For example, if you're doing an affiliate promotion and your partner sells mainly $10 and $20 audio tapes or ebooks, and you're offering a $5,000 training course or boot camp, you don't know that they're qualified because they haven't shown you that they're willing to spend that much money. So you want to find out if they have money. And salespeople will say, when they're selling face to face, they'll say, "Can I ask you a question? Do you have a budget for this purchase?" And if the prospect says no, you say, "Well, do you at least have a dollar figure in mind of what you want to pay for this?" So that's how you qualify a prospect. You ask them and make sure they have money. Now, authority is, do they have the authority to actually make the purchase? For instance, if you are selling cars, well, let's say you're an automobile salesperson, or you're selling something else high end. You're on a website for cars, or for like you're on Blue Nile, and there's you're looking at a very expensive diamond. Does the prospect have the authority to make the purchase? And in some of these cases, no. Like, to consumers, I'm not allowed to spend $5,000 without getting an okay from my spouse. So I don't have the authority. Together we do. In a business, managers that you're marketing to have different levels of amounts of money they can approve, and beyond that amount of money, they have to get someone else or take it to a committee. So is the person you're selling to, does that person have the authority to go forward and buy? Desire means, do they want the benefits that or the solutions that your product delivers? For instance, if you are selling a fax machine, do they want the ability to take a document and transmit it via fax? Do they desire that? Today, most people do not desire that. They would rather scan it and email it. So do they have a desire for what you're selling? On the other hand, a guy just showed me his product that was this kind of easy way to open a coconut and drink coconut milk, which I like. So I looked at it and it made me hungry. So I have the desire. Now, of the FU, the first is fit. Is this person a good fit for this product or service? So for some high-end products or services, we might have a preliminary phone conversation to determine if our product can help the prospect and solve their problem. And if they are the kind of person, let's say it's a coaching program, they're the kind of person that we want to work with. And sometimes they may not. In my own business, of my other business of copywriting, I don't take on everyone who calls me and says, I need an ad written. Some people, for example, someone asked me to write a direct mail package to sell us a series of books on hunting. They're not a good fit for me. I don't think it's wrong to hunt, but I have no enthusiasm for it. And to write good copy, you have to have enthusiasm. So the F of FU is fit. And the last factor, which I think is in some ways the most important, is urgency. Do they have a deadline? Do they have a need to take action, hire your service, buy your product now instead of later? Do they have a deadline? For example, if we're selling a tax kit or a tax saving software or book, and you got to make some of the tactics, you got to implement them by the year end. That is an urgency if you're promoting it on December 19th. But let's say you're selling ribbons for your daughter's hair. She might like them, but unless she's really bugging you for them, there is no sense of urgency. And the more the prospect has a deadline or immediate need, the better your chance of closing the sale. So it's, do they have the money to buy it? Do they have the authority to make the purchase on their own? Or are you talking to the team, husband and wife, 3 executives that together have the authority? Do they have the desire? Do they have, are they a good fit for you and your company and your business and a product? Part of that's personal chemistry. If you're rendering a service or a product with a service component, do you like them? Do they like you? And you is urgency. Do they have a reason, or can you manufacture a reason to act now instead of later? And those are the 5 characteristics that, if they exist strongly, give you the most qualified prospect, meaning the potential customer most likely to buy the product or service you are selling.
Perfect, Bob. Sounds good, folks. We'll see you again soon.